Alright, hey you guys! It's TsubakiSwagg and I'm coming to you with my review of Tokyo Ghoul Re Episode 2, Dancing Flowers. In this episode, I'm happy. I was so pissed. I was slightly hoping that they were going to change the ending, like if they were going to change the opening, and it was still the same. I mean, I was halfway expecting that, but I mean, a girl can hope. So this episode was just pretty awesome because, like, we all know Mato got killed. Well, everyone thinks that Kaneki or Eye Patch killed him, but we all know that Hanami was the one who actually, like, did the do because Toka was getting her butt handed to her pretty much, and Hanami just couldn't take it because he was using her mom and her dad. So Hanami went in on Mato, but we see, like, well, they finally like showing a little more Suzuya and Takazawa, and we see more Shido. We also see Heed. They're finally showing the part when Heed becomes a part of the TCG, which I think is still pretty awesome. He looks slightly different because his hair is grown out and stuff, of course, but you know, it must really suck because him and Kaneki had been best friends literally since they were little, and Kaneki has just pretty much gone missing out of his life. I mean, he has to be somewhat concerned, but I think he already knows what's going down. So, and as we all know, in the last episode, Kaneki became part of our Augury, 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 Augury tree, and it was just. I know that this is like the version that the original writer of Tokyo Ghoul wanted to happen, but it still throws me off a little bit. But I mean, it's still going pretty good. And they, of course, they only changed a little bit as of like them mentioning that they think that Eye Patch is part of a gory tree and blah blah blah. And then Akira is probably one of my favorite CCG members on this show because she's just freaking she is freaking awesome, and she makes me laugh like crazy. She was hilarious without being funny. Like she has one of those like personalities that she's funny without being funny. Like looking from the outside and she is hilarious. But she meets Amon, of course, and Amon didn't know who she was at first, and then he realizes that this is going to be his new partner. And we see like Shinohara's out of the hospital because of, after the incident with Owl, and we see him talking. I want to say his name is Ida, and um, it was pretty much like Ida was like, it could just be me, but Owl looks a lot smaller than he did when the first incident happened. Like when before Shinohara was, I think before Shinohara was even a real like investigator. Then they showed like the second incident when him, Shinohara, and Mato were attacking Owl, and one of their superiors got hurt and blah blah blah. So yeah, this episode was pretty awesome, and things are about to get really really interesting. For those of you who don't read the manga, please go read it. It's really freaking awesome. I mean, of course, it is changed a little bit. Well, this is the original version, I'm going to call it, and I don't know, it's just awesome. Love this. Love, I'm loving it now. I was mad about the opening. The opening was just is still garbage, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, other than that, this whole episode was pretty much like Amon talking to Akira and trying to get to know her, and her pretty much shutting him down. And then they showed like bits and pieces of Kaneki working with Agari Tree, and then they show Toka being with her friend and showing that she does have compassion. She does have compassion, and she does have a friend. And of course, the friend doesn't know that she's a ghoul. But I honestly feel like if she ever found out, she wouldn't stray from Toka because they are so close. So, I mean, you never know. But other than that, and then we find out like Toka is trying to get into Kamai, which is the school that Nishio goes to, and that's a really high-ranking school. Like, you have to be super duper smart to get into that school, and I believe in Toka. I mean, they didn't really talk much about her like getting into the school, but I hope Toka gets in there because it would be awesome. And it's just this episode has so many feels and sad parts, and they show hopefully they show who the bandaged person is that's in Agari Tree. And they also showed like the twins. The twins are freaking awesome. Oh my god, I can't wait for their fight. I can't wait for a lot of stuff. But I don't want to spoil anybody for those of you who don't read the manga. But yeah, this episode was awesome. And I'm so looking forward to next week's episode, as always. But, as always, I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How do you feel about the way things turn out? How do you think things are going to turn out for those of you who don't read the manga? But, as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.